Well, guys, how's it going? This is episode 6, I think, of Quarantine Songs. Welcome to Drop Entertainment, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, I have with me Ray Howard from Vinyl Hero, and I'm just going to jump right into that. Ray, how's it going, man?
I'm all right. How are you, Benjamin?
I'm all right. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And so, whereabouts are you right now, Ray?
I'm in the East End of Montreal.
East End of Montreal. And Vinyl Hero,
Yeah,
you guys are from
St. Leonard, Rosemount kind of area.
Oh, don't give that away. Like just Montreal is fine. Like a nice open area. The internet's a very safe place. Very cool, very cool. And you guys are from Montreal, right? Vinyl Heroes from Montreal.
Yeah. The parts of us are international, but for the most part, yeah, we're all from Montreal.
Very cool.
There we go.
Good. Y'all good?
It's freezing.
Right on.
Slightly.
Oh, it's a little bit choppy.
This will be something.
Oh, you sound good on my end. So whereabouts are you in your house right now? Yeah, you sound good. You sound good. Can you hear me?
Okay, cool. There you go. You're back.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah. Whereabouts are you in your house right now?
It used to be the living room in the apartment I lived in, and then we switched apartment, and then we renovated like mad to keep the original living room. Right and my wife is a part-time yoga instructor and a massage therapist as well. So like this room kind of became like the yoga room, the music room when kids want to get away and abuse my phone for Disney Plus room. So right now it's all mine, and it's just the music room for now. So
excellent. So what can you tell me about Vinyl Hero? Let's talk a little bit about the band. I don't often run across bands that have specific sort of mission statements, but I feel like Vinyl Hero kind of does.
My philosophy is I don't know, I could get cornholed by the guys in the band for this. We have so many, we have so many views and so many appreciations for it. But at the heart of it, it's like, look, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I just want to make sure people are getting a better quality of wheel.
Nice.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of music out there. There's a lot of real music out there. There's a lot of real musicians out there. There's a lot of publicity bands out there. There's a lot of everything out there. And to each his own, and there's no better, there's no worse. We're honest about what we do. Maybe our topics at hand of songs, maybe they're not always what's more mainstream, but it's always from the heart, and it's always from the gut, and it's always like just based out of this is what's happening, or this is what was going on, and this is how we feel, or that's what it's about. And that's it. Just honest hard rock as much as I can play. That's about it.
That's awesome. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about doing this all acoustically?
I kind of earn the other half of my living doing that anyway, so it's
all right. I'm gonna straight up just turn it over to you then, because I want to hear some music. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments for Ray. And also, if you go on to quarantinesongs.com, you can leave a tip for Ray at any point during this performance. There's like a tip jar on there, and it's a pay what you can situation, so feel free. And ladies and gentlemen, Ray Howard, Vinyl Hero.
So this is the new single that we've released lately. You can find it on YouTube, on Spotify, anywhere you get your music. I am going to attempt this for you without all the awesome bass that you can bite into and the heavy, gnarly drums that kill everything in sight. Kettle lamps and suddenly a whirl around the rush. Them broken pans and shifty plans is where they like to hide. Once it's said and once it's done, it might just be too late. Them prophecies are flying high. They're one more than their game. Oh, would you believe it's a lie? Lessons never learned up in time. Just to see it all fall. Wait around. Just to see it all fall. Wait around. It all falls. All the way it's done, there's nothing left but the bones of what you knew. Well, the thing stands and so it stands, but whose dreams are coming true? The kettle sounds once again, your ring no brings his bliss. We're winding down, we're locked in tombs, no one will ever miss. Oh, would you believe it's a lie? Lesson never learned up in time. Just to see it all fall. Wait around. Just to see it all fall. You wait around. It all falls. Just to see, just to see it all fall. Wait around, just to see it all fall. You wait around. It all falls. It all falls. It all falls. Way around.
Nice, man.
Thank you.
I will say, it might help if you backed up maybe about like half a foot from your mic, because your guitar's coming in pretty hot. But you sound great.
All I have.
Oh no. Well, that's a first. So I've lost the artist. Ray's gone. I'm sure he'll be back. In the meantime, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask them. You can just use that same link to link back in, Ray, anytime when you're ready. So this is some pretty crazy stuff we got going on here. I'm really happy that you guys could all join me. Thanks so much for all the support we've been getting for Quarantine Songs. It's been a blast to produce, and it's been a blast to put together. And well, we're not sure where Ray is actually, so I just lost Ray. He can absolutely use the same link to get back in, and I believe he is just logging back in here. You back there, Ray? I think I may have encouraged him to move his computer, which is probably my fault.
I moved a phone, so like who knows what.
All good, man. All good. All right. Sorry. I will put that back to you, and yeah, I can't wait to hear some more music.
All right, man. It's from my last EP from 7 Days on a Train. It's called Keith Richards. Oh, let me breathe. The tabloids say it's hard to believe I'm still around. You don't know me, but you know the sound. You've been liking, believe everything that they said. While the show came threatening, well, I found satisfaction right through my yeah. It's far from over. I still got another 8 lives to feel. Believe so much and learn. I'll never need death at the tip of my well. You can't call me a saint now that you're dreaming of faith. Well, I never sold my soul. You got me started up, and now it's never enough. Watch me roll. Hit my switch, roll through here with injections and dread. I got out from prosecution ended because I gave a toss. I'm still around, bruised, broken, bleeding, and I was still a boy, yeah. Oh, you're still listening. I got you all down at the edge of my hook. You can't call me a saint now that we've seen the faith. Well, I never sold my soul. You got me started up, and now it's never enough. Watch me roll. Ooh, now the storm is threatening my very life today. If I don't get some shelter, oh yeah, I'm gonna fade away. Whoa, children, it's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Whoa, children, it's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Yeah. Oh, let me breathe. The tabloids say it's hard to believe.
Dope, man. Dope. Awesome. I'm gonna jump back in with some questions if that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Sure.
Cool. Well, you know what? We're going through some pretty weird times right now in the world. How are you doing with that as a working artist? I don't mean to laugh when I say that.
Well, in all honesty, it's weird. Most of all the work I was doing was in the entertainment business anyway. I still got hit pretty hard because I work for a company that supplies equipment for concerts and festivals. So with everything being shut down till September anyway, there's that. As far as any consequential, other sides of my living, and as well with the company, like either as a technician or as a musician as well, like everything I had from May through, let's say, August as bookings they're gone. So I'm very fortunate on the day job part that I'm still able and afforded a means to at least, take care of my family for one and pay whatever bills I can at the moment. And at least keep strings on my guitars and stuff like that. But I do have a lot of my friends and a lot of people that I call family, and a lot of brothers that I spend time on the scene with, or I've grown up with, or I spend time in rehearsal buildings with, or to had work with, or whatever the case is. I have a lot of friends and a lot of my brother and community that are getting hit a lot harder than I am. It's really painful to watch, especially because you know, it's hard to watch, and especially because that's their livelihood.
Absolutely.
On the other hand, on the other hand, guys like you, like bless you, Benjamin, and anybody else doing these podcasts where they are exposing musicians.
Well, hey, I mean, I would 100% rather be out at a show, seeing you guys live and making a dope video about it than
trust me, we never mind the 7.5 hour drive down the TL, brother. Trust me.
Nice, right?
So.
We'll make our way out to Montreal one day when we have budget. But we're Canadian music, like that's our thing. Canadian music across the board. It's just it is purely just a budgetary situation. Sometimes we make it to BC, but that is just happenstance. That is just a coincidence.
Yeah.
So I do want what? Let me take a minute. Have you heard of the Artist Fund of Canada, like our AFC, or Actors Fund Canada, or whatever it's called?
I have. I probably should do more research about it.
There's a link on dropoutentertainment.ca. It's about the AFC. They're a organization that helps artists, anybody who's in the production side of entertainment. So if you do anything, if you're on stage singing, if you're on stage acting, if you're at a club doing sound, if you're a drag queen, or if you're a DJ, hit them up. They will help you out for emergency situations. If you can't pay rent or you can't get some food, they will hook you up with something at least, or they'll point you in the right direction. So I'm spreading the word about those guys because I didn't know they existed until like 2 weeks ago.
Dude, that's awesome, and it's good to know. You know what? It's amazing to see, especially when you look at your, I don't know, the Twitter feed or news, which has virtually become kind of the same thing either way. Where everything is just all about bad news and how governments are they're not doing this, and it's just hearing of another country actually doing something to help out their artists like Canada does. So it's just that's always huge. And you're back. And so that's always wonderful to hear. So it's absolutely, and everybody in the band, we're doing research, especially with discovering you and discovering other methods and other ways to discover other bands and share your music and share everything. We're slowly accumulating all the knowledge that we can about how to deal with all this as well. So I just wish I had better camera and sound equipment.
Rockin', do you guys have a DSLR over there?
I'm sorry, what now?
Do you have a Canon, like a DSLR camera, like not a webcam?
No, man. I have my phone right now at the moment. That's about it.
Right on. I'll send you a link to some stuff on Amazon. That's how we set this thing up. It works pretty great. So I've got a question here from Carl, and I don't know what the preface behind this question is. I'm actually not sure if you can even see these questions, but I'm gonna ask this question.
No, Carl. But it probably means I might know him. No, I know him. I do have an evil twin. I do. Except right. I'm the evil twin and he's the goody two shoes.
So he's locked in the basement getting fish heads once a month. He's safe.
We alternate days out, and usually when we're out at the same time, we change district. And everybody's like, "But aren't you?" And we like, "Ha ha!" So that's usually what happens. That's been going on for 20 years. But now I have a new. I can't necessarily call it a pet peeve, but it's just one of those things where when people come up to you and they ask you a question, but it's just so how do you not see it kind of thing? A lot. I don't know if you've seen a band, a full band picture of the three of us.
Yeah.
My drummer and I, we make the joke, we're brothers. It's we are brothers. We're family, we're a band, yeah, whatever. But he's 6'6" and Belgian. I'm 5'9" and change, and well, even when I grow it out, it's like he's got like this fucking Viking thing that just like could like take out part of a battle.
That's one of those
of a beard, right?
That's one of those beers that I'm fully
Yeah.
jealous of. Yeah, you know, one can dream.
Exactly. But like, you know, most of the time when we're playing out of town or whatever, like somebody will come up to me and be like, "You're a fantastic drummer." I'll be like, "When did you see me play drums exactly?" And they'll be like, "Well, no." And then like I'll have to point at like, you know, the giant like down the street like hauling a cigarette or whatever. Or like go up to him and be like, "Oh, you sing so well." And be like, "Oh, thank you," you know, with this, you know, great accent that he has that nobody can mimic properly.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I've got another question here.
It's amazing. So like it just, you know, sometimes when we play, we're out in the Schwa, my folks live out there, and like my parents will come to like, you know, all the shows or whatever because they're cool. And you know, I think we were playing the A-Tree or something like that. But one time I borrowed a pair of glasses. We mess with people. And hang on, I lost you. You're coming back.
You there? Can you hear me?
It's loading. I'm in so much suspense. This is awesome. It's like holding fun one.
The best part is that, like, I'm pretty sure that we can see this happening in real time. Like, I don't think it's freezing for everybody.
Benjamin?
Yeah, can you hear me? Right?
There we go.
Right?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty intense. We get my mom to mess with people and be like, "Yes, they're both my sons."
Amazing.
Yeah, I have a good time with it. It's great.
I've got another question here from Keve.
Yes,
who wants to know what kind of guitars you play.
It depends on the day. I have a few. Lately, my main live guitar is a Yamaha SG 1820. I've got like a DiMarzio Breed in the bridge pickup. I love it dearly. I bastardize it and beat it up every chance I get. Fun fact, my bass player accidentally broke the headstock on it once. And it was not his fault. It actually wasn't his fault. He took the blame, but it wasn't his fault. I love you. Yeah, it's still my number one. Just ever since it's been repaired, it sounds even better.
Cool. I am. I'm gonna turn this. I've turned blue, so I'm gonna go work out what setting my camera is turning me blue on. And I'm gonna turn it over to you for some music, if that's cool.
Oh yeah, sure.
Go.
Yeah, let's get something salty happening.
Nice.
Here, how's that? Is that still too intense?
Do it again. No, I think that's good. How do we like that, everybody?
Is that still too like loud or abrasive?
No, I think you're good. Man.
All right. Sorry, we had to do on. Oh, there we go. All right, cool, Mr. Sandman. So this is a Vinyl Hero oldie but a goodie. This is called The Blues. There's all commotion and such a silhouette. No sound of towns, it happens every day. While you're crawling, tend to freak out. It ain't enough, but you still go on. Cause I believe in everything that I'm seeing inside. I ain't a dream, I think I'll see it back the door of the ride. While she's a killing me, there's a smile on her face. Walking away, nothing to say. I see the crossing the line, so easy to see. She just went down low, the blues in me. I'm not complaining, nothing to the wrong. But how long was I supposed to play along? If they now haven't said a thing for quite a little while. I had to say, oh, why you're grabbing my style. Cause I'm believing everything that I'm seeing inside. I ain't a dreamer, they'll sit back and enjoy the ride. While she's killing me, there's a smile on her face. Walking away, he's nothing to say. While she's crossing the line, so easy to see. She just down low, the blues in me. In me. While she's killing me, little smile on her face. She's walking away, nothing to say. I see her crossing the line, so easy to see. Just went down low, while she's killing me. There's a smile on her face. She's walking away, nothing to say. While she's crossing the line, so easy to see. She just went down low, the blues in me. Hey, babe. So mellow, so.
Woo-hoo. You just keep right along going.
Oh, I can just. All right, we're doing the show. And no, I did not write this, but I like playing it this way. A hot summer night, I feel like a net. I gotta find my baby, yeah. But I'm leading you to my head. Turn my blue heart, turn it red. Doctor, just give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. I said, no pills gonna kill my feels. I got a bad case of loving you. A pretty face don't make a pretty heart. Learn that buddy right from the start. You think I'm cute, a little bit shy. Mama ain't that kind of guy. Doctor, just give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. I said, with no pills gonna kill my heels. Got a bad case of loving you. Know that you like it. You like it all. Tell me about her. I'm gonna stay. I wanna sip. Smile of Judas, baby on your lips. Shake my fist, I knock on wood. I got it bad, look, baby, I got case of loving you. No pills gonna go my heels. I got a bad case of loving you.
Yeah, man. Dope. Awesome. So let me ask you about your influences after that last song.
Dude. I could write a book on my influences. Like it'd be like 300 pages, and why every fucking guitar player is like an influential piece of everything. I've always like I grew up in a family of country musicians, right? Like everybody in my family either is or was a country singer or musician. I have one uncle who was a really in demand session player, and like dude can play 18 instruments, you know, as well as my drummer can, like, you know, kick the shit out of his cans kind of thing, right? Like anything he touches, like it's just so I have another one of my uncles who's just a great songwriter. My mother was like, you know, a wonderful country singer. Still sings, you know, unfortunately it's always limited to just us. But she's, you know, I grew up in a family of musicians. My grandmother was a producer and a manager and a singer as well. So but the rock and roll thing didn't hit me till I was a bit, you know, around 4. And my pops took me to the docks out in Owen Sound, Ontario. He put in Pump from Aerosmith, I think. I think it was that one. Either Permanent Vacation or Pump, and it was like, all right, I dig this. And then he put in Appetite for Destruction on the way back. And like the minute like that intro kicked in, and it was just like, oh my god, and the Welcome to the Jungle was just like.
So is your family, do they support the rock situation? Is it like just
they don't have a choice?
yeah, right.
But you know what? Look, man, I will fully say it out loud, whether it gets seen now or it gets seen later on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. I know at like 1,050%, I am very, very fortunate to, you know, be able to keep doing what I do, and happily too, because it's not like I'm swimming in like going like, look at all my awards and money I have. It's, you know, I do it because I love it, and people want to hear it, and people like you get interested in it, and I keep getting better at it. You know, like it's like as far as like, you know, as far as just as where we've come, like with the new release with Vultures, like that's some of the best work we've ever done, and it's because it's evolution, baby. And going back to influences, it's like it's always trying to go back into that bag of tricks. It's like as much as like, you know, like I love blues and I love the SRPs, but I love the Albert Collins and I love the Albert Lees, and you know, I love the Howlin' Wolves of that collective as well. You know, it's like, you know, the Jeff Becks, and there's so many great guitar players out there so undiscovered. I went on for like a decade and change about a guitar player named Richie Kotzen. If anybody does not know who Richie Kotzen or the Winery Dogs or any one of these are, nerd, you're fucking missing out big time, because the man is a monster, and as well as he plays that guitar, he sings just as well.
Amazing.
But like for the longest time, I talked to anybody in like my guitar player circles about that guy. It's just like everybody would just be like, "Who?" And it's just like, that's a crime. It's a fucking crime.
All right, you heard it.
You
You
know,
heard it
but
here.
like I've always loved Richie Kotchin's his riffs, his his melody vocally over his riffs. I mean, he's just wonderful. Eddie Van Halen, Slash, give it to the hometown of Ontario. Ian fucking Thornley is a beast of a guitar player, and it's jaw dropping what that man can do, vocally and guitar wise as well. But there's that singer side of me where, you know, Doug Pinnick of King's X and KXM, just, you know, as my drummer would put it, just one hell of a crooner in every right, and it sits in so well with what he does musically in any band he's in, right? You know, Chris Cornell, Scott Whalen, Steven Tyler, they're just John Corabi. John Corabi's another one. John Corabi's another one of those guys who is like one of those unsung heroes where, like, you know, everybody like, who? And I'm like, the guy who did the Motley Crue album without Vince Neil. And they'll be like, well, why would, you know, and masterpiece of music to me, you know, and it's always to each his own, because everybody looks at me, you know, and people like Metallica fans always ask me, it's like, what's your favorite Metallica album? And I'm not going to say it live because I'm going to get a bunch of fucking hate mail later, and it's just not going to be cool. Yay, Metallica, love them. I like the albums I like. I will defend it. I don't have time this week, despite the Corona shit. Okay, but like I'll always be on the outside. You know, like when everybody was always like, you know, Metallica, I was always like, I gotta go Megadeth, man. It's just like, yeah, you know, like it was always more my jam kind of deal. But like, you know, influences are everywhere and anywhere. You know, like even in my time in music stores, I worked in a bunch of music stores, and I got to see some of like the best musicians no one's ever heard of, and that's a real tragedy. But like I've ripped so many of those guys off, and I love them. Sammy, Jack, Joe, John L, Le Caron. If any of you are watching, I think I would have, you know, become part of the guitar player I am today if it wouldn't be for you guys either. You know, Freddie Brass for all the slide guitar etiquette, Lud from Eagle Tears, slide guitar etiquette. He gave me the best gift ever. He gave me an Allman Brothers CD and was just like, go learn. I'm like, okay. And
so what is slide guitar etiquette? Sorry.
You know, like like, you know, like you know, like a lot of people have have hate to it, you know. And to me, like, slide guitar is a lost art, and I don't get to, like, on our last EP, I did one song with it. Then what's going to be coming later on this year, hopefully studio time opens up because, you know, people said shit. You know, I find like slide guitar is a lost art, and bless, again, guys like Ian Thornley who are monsters at it. There's also guys like Joey Landreth and Ariel Posen from Winnipeg who are just beasts with how they approach it. And like, you know, everybody has their own technique. You know, it's always about like which finger to use, the size of your strings, the height action, like whatever it is. Everybody has their own flavor at it. But like, you know, like the guys I worked with were like the guys that like really like helped shape, like as much as I could be, like, you know, like I sat there and I learned a lot about from Slash. It's like, yeah, the man has vibrato for days and it's godlike when you listen to it. I'll never sound like Slash, and I don't, you know, there's one Slash, I'm happy he's there. Same thing with Thornley, like his approach to writing songs, his awkward tuning. Same thing with John Resnick from the Goo Goo Dolls. All those guys who took an approach to like, I'm gonna detune this down to Oblivion Flat or something, and then fuck with it. Like that's just masterful as well. It's more than just shredding or bends or something like that. It's just how you approach everything. And like I've taken into so much music, and you know, it's like I always hear about the people, like the bigger artists and influence artists, and it's true, they're all there. Absolutely. I you know, Richards is like one of the greatest rock guitar players of all time, and it's not just because I wrote the song about the dude, you know. But there's so many bands out there, and especially with all the guitar players I know personally, especially on the current scene, you know, guys from Jay from Monroe and Tom from The Damn Truth. Those guys got some gnarly tones happening, and they sound great.
That kind of
You know
leads
what I
me to
mean?
where I wanted to ask you next, which is
Yeah.
what are you listening to right now as far as Canadian bands in the scene? Like,
Right now, uh, I'm really digging the new Ozzy album. I think that's like some of the best music he's put out in a long. It's really refreshing to hear him come back, and it was hard too. Like I was just like, do I want to like it? Do I want to? Do I want to? Yes, I do. I do. I do. I do. I love Ozzy. Of course, I love Ozzy. Everybody loves him. You have to love him. Only because they haven't put out one like this year. I'm really digging the last Rival Sons record. It's great. I'm listening to some Damn Truth. I love listening to those guys. Also, where I used to work, that was right above where they kind of practice, so I hear them all the time. So I kind of miss them in a live sense as well because I got to hear everything. I have all the dirt on you guys. I'm totally uh, the last two We Are Monroe albums we picked. My wife and I bought at one of their shows, so we're digging those a lot too. I'm listening to a lot of Disney songs because I got kids, so I don't. However, I will say this to anybody who's a parent or not a parent. This is if you're a Weezer fan. Please pay attention to this. In Frozen 2, there is a scene where Kristoff, the guy with the reindeer, yeah, he does like this whole 80s segue called Lost in the Woods. It's wonderful. If that's the only thing you see of the movie, you don't need more. What makes it even better, Weezer does a Weezer version of it, dressed as people from Frozen. Okay?
oh
So
wow.
Rivers, and I believe the drummer's name is Scott or something.
Sure, we'll
Sorry,
go
I'm
with
sorry.
that.
I
I'm
know
not up on my
Rivers.
Weezer.
Rivers and the drummer are pretty much like Kristoff and the fucking reindeer. It's glorious. It's wonderful. I laugh every time I hear it, and they make it so metal. It's wonderful, and it's a Disney song, so like you can't go wrong on either way. So if you have kids, or if you're
Amazing.
just really, really, really baked, go nuts. It's awesome. I encourage both versions.
That is the rest of my day after
Bro,
this.
dude, hit the vape and like just watch Lost Weezer, Lost in the Woods. That is all you need for the rest of the week. It's awesome.
Amazing. Cool. Will you hit us up with some more music for us to get high
I
and
could
hang out
I
to?
could I could I could probably do that. Hang on one second.
Cool. I've got a couple of more questions after this, and a couple of questions from audience members as well. But I'll let you go and give us some tunes first, if that's cool.
Hey, what's the update on all that hate mail about Metallica? How are we doing on that one?
Nothing hardcore yet.
Awesome. Cool.
This man speaks the truth, and I believe, Costa, that is in regards to Ozzy Osbourne.
Of course. Of course. Well, we love the Oz. And my wife was giving me notes. Apparently, I misinterpreted that question about the guitar. It's a Gibson J45. Sorry, angles of how I get to keep my phone so we can see this, which I'm guessing nobody wants to anymore. You know, kind of puts a damper in the whole. Like if I do this, I kind of pull like the, but it just looks super awkward. And again, nobody wants that. You seen what's going on outside? All right.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, so let's maybe play something a little smooth, a little ballad. Yeah. But I scream away all the thoughts I could think of, wasted the sky. Put on glasses, tread to the place where the buses are coming. I know I won't be scared. Ran out of bounds to the places to run to. Am I falling down? I'm falling to pieces. there's a sound in the air that comes take me away. Come take me away. Welcome to this passage of patience. Wherever I've lost, I just want to replace it. It happens after there's all in your hands. What happens after there's all in your hands. I'm crawling on the walk right this night. I'll feel you nowhere in my sight. I'm further away, sure that you're further away, sure that you're right. Yeah, you're right. 'Cause I'm sure that you're fine with this in mind. Welcome to this passage of places. Whatever I've lost, I just want to replace it. It happens after it's all in your hands. It's a long way to go, and I know I'll get there. Passion burn to the place you want me. It happens after it's all in your hands. It happens after it's all in your hands. Welcome to this passage of grace. Here I've lost all this one, replace it. Happens after it's all in your hands. It's a long way to go, and I know I'll get there. That passion burn to the place you won't be here. Happens after it's all in your hands. Happens after it's all in your head.
Woohoo!
So I'm feeling festive. I'm feeling kind of stonesy. And just because I know she's watching 2 rooms away, baby, this is for you, love. All right, yeah. Little just old barroom queen down in Memphis. She tried to take me upstairs for a ride. Later, she said she'd hear me cross her shoulder. And I just don't seem to take it off my mind. Oh, she's a woman. Just give me, just give me the honky-tonk blues. Later, people see in Montreal City. They had to put up some kind of a fight. Later, she covered me all up in roses. She blew my nose that she blew my mind. Oh, she's a honky-tonk woman. Just give me, just give me a honky-tonk blues. Oh, she's a honky-tonk woman. Just give me, just give me a honky-tonk blues. Oh, she's a honky-tonk woman. Just give me, just give me a honky-tonk blues.
Nice. That's awesome, man. I'm gonna ask you a couple.
Still gonna be pissed off later.
You know what? I want to ask you one question right here. Actually,
This
is from Stephania, and she wants to know if there's a special song that you play for your girls. Was it that one?
No. My wife and I have an awkward relationship, if you would. You know, like that's a love song to us. When we got married, it was Highway to Hell. So like, you know, it's like love you. For the girls, I learned how to play a bit of. What was it? You're Welcome from Moana. Yeah. Mostly because like once you've watched it 8,000 times and you start remembering all the lyrics The Rock sings, you're like, I could shit, why not? And now the latest craze was Elena of Avalor. So since it has like that very, you know, like very cool Desperado feel about it, I'm into it, you know?
Did you get on the Baby Shark bandwagon at all?
Yeah, we went through about a year and a half of Baby Shark. and every now and then, just every now and then, the younger one just shows up. It's like, but Baby Shark, baby Shark, Baby Shark. It's like, yeah, and then we have to sing it for like 5 minutes for the week, and like we wait till the next week till it happens again.
That's amazing. Do you want to do a little Baby Shark for us right now, just to fuck with the audience completely?
Angry Shark, you know. So like that's where this goes. It's like when people ask you to play Freebird, I just go into like, look, I don't really know how to play it. I know the Otto Delaney version. Or where it's just like, if I leave here, oh man, we're late, and that's about it. That's Simpsons style is about as far as it goes for Freebird. So like I kind of keep the same thing with Baby Shark. It gets the Freebird treatment. So
nice, just a snippet.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have one more you can give for us, and then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about your new video.
Okay, sure.
Cool.
One more. The Sting count? No, I'm kidding. Okay, this is an old song of mine. Yeah, this is I'm gonna dedicate this one to my grandma. And yes, I'm gonna talk with the Fargo accent because she thought that was funny too. So geez, this is a song called Flame, and Grandma, this is for you. There's a fire in your eyes, and I see something so familiar. The flame creeps the sky, and I can see what I don't remember. Time after time, what I thought was real was something I can never tell. But nothing changed, I still feel the same, but they're the same damn broken change, but I see the light with every passing day. But if I tell you any truth, would give it lies that you believe. Time after time, what I thought was real, something I could never tell. But nothing's changed, I still feel the same. I never said that road is built. I can't fight your pain, 'cause it burns too deep inside. I can't fight your pain, 'cause it melts me just like ice. I can't fight your pain, burning me with this fire. I can't fight your pain. I can't fight your flame, 'cause it's killing me. Times may change, but I see the light with every passing day. Once again, an open door, but I'm sure I'm gonna lose my way. You were the better part of me, and I tried to be, but nothing changed. I still feel the same. Yes, I take the blame. I can't fight your flame. Love burns too deep inside. I can't fight your flame, 'cause you're melting me just like ice. I can't fight your flame, burning me with this fire. I can't fight your flame, I can't fight your flame, 'cause it's killing me.
Yeah, man. Dope. Very dope. I've got a question here for you from Angie, who wants to know if your girls have any interest in playing any musical instruments.
They kind of already do. Like, they grab the ukulele or the keyboard and try as hard as they can to make any noise whatsoever of it.
You guys are
They're showing
encouraging
ability. Pardon me?
You guys are encouraging this, obviously.
Absolutely. Well, why not?
Yeah.
I'm not the best person to teach them like calculus or algebra or anything. So at least I can show them how to it's like play an instrument of some sort, right?
That's amazing. That's awesome.
And actually we placed an order to get like a mini guitar like that fits them kind of thing, and some percussion stuff, so like I can actually teach them like vice versa, beat versus riff kind of deal. And I know my drummer's watching this right now going like, yeah, like you could teach them that. So which is why Uncle Tips is going to Skype a lesson and he's going to stop laughing. So yeah, we definitely encourage them to do yoga. We encourage them to dance. We encourage them to. We're making a big enchanted forest tree in the middle of our hallway. So we encourage the artistic thing. Also, it's like they haven't been in school in a month and a half, so like.
Right.
Damn right. And they both have a different view on music, right? One like really. They both love to play, but one is because like it's like in her. The other one's like I can. So I'm waiting to see who topples off first. That's going to be the interesting part. So.
Right. How's the homeschooling situation as a parent?
Well, they're like still very young, so you can teach them a lot by teaching them just little bits at a time. So, amen. Also, because they're still very young, their attention spans have to be shown in. Like, if you want to show them anything, it has really bright colors and look like a fucking minion or something.
I'm the same way.
They're learning stuff. Like, we're teaching them their alphabets. We're teaching them numbers. We're keeping up with trying to feed them as well as we possibly can. Before you just get to that. Well, before you get to that 13th hour of the day, and you're like, no, it's craft dinner again. You guys win.
Pop-Tarts are
So
fine. Sometimes Pop-Tarts are fine.
don't say, she's still watching. Don't say that out loud. I'm going to be in so much trouble after.
No, but the fruit Pop-Tarts. You want the fruit Pop-Tarts because those are more healthy. They've got like, yeah, purple's a fruit.
Yeah, exactly, Lisa. Purple is a fruit. But no, they're, you know, like they're great kids. And like, look, I know I might get hate mail for being like optimistic about it, whatever. Like I'm just really, really lucky. Like my home life is incredible for the fact that like one, I can even do this interview in peace and quiet, and it's wonderful. Like my wife is a saint. My kids are actually really good kids. You know, I'm very fortunate, and I wish the same fortune on anybody that is quarantined right now with a wife and kids. And it's just like, when is it gonna end? Everybody asks that question. It's not. So deal with it and just be happy that you have a wife and kids that actually love you. And like that's but again,
you got someone to talk to. That's like, some people are just like,
someone to talk to. And I mean, like, there's no time like turning your kids over to the empire like now, man. Like, things not going your way. Start flipping that shit to the dark side of the force, and then yeah, you know. So it's we're like, you know, and yes, hooray for Pop-Tarts. But no, man, I'm super fortunate. I'm super lucky. I'm whatever comes into the encompassment of like saying blessed without bringing like the whole Jesus aspect of something into it. That's what I am, and I'm thanking whatever higher power allowed that to be. Most of that higher power is my wife, so thank you.
Nice, good stuff. I wanted to ask you about Vultures. So that is your new video. You guys.
You let me talk for so long about everything that had nothing to do about that song. It's the only questions I was ready to answer. You let me ramble on. Everybody's like,
fuck up. That's why.
But yeah, about Vultures, please.
Yeah, no. Tell me about the video. Tell me about the song. So is this part of a new album that's coming out, or?
We can't necessarily declare that it was going to be an album, but we have, like, let's say about either one album or give or take about 2 EPs worth of material. And it'd been too long since we put something out. We really wanted to put something out. We wanted it to be a really good song. So like we had like a pile of music written and demoed somewhere with some vocals or some with none, and others that we struggled for, you know, years to like find the right arrangement for, and one cover that playing for it to kind of turn into her own thing, which is keep listening. I can't talk about it. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, we just there will be multiple songs coming. We're gonna do as much as we can, as possible, as quick as possible, and as properly as possible, because like once you've heard Vultures, you can't put something.
You can't unhear it. You can't unhear it.
Come on, like I'm really jazzed over. Yes, I said jazz. I said jazz. I'm I said jazz. We watched Zootopia the other day. She said jazz. I'm saying jazz. I like it. I'm really jazzed at the response that we got so far from everybody. Video, that's comments from the radio stations, your support, Benjamin. Everybody's been huge about this. You know, especially like just, you know, friends and family and cousins and whatnot. Like just everybody's just like, yeah, what's your friend sharing it? It's like, yeah, but if your friends don't like it enough to even share it and like it, it's like, you know. So we were lucky enough that, like, you know, we have a really good support system, and we have a really wonderful group of people around us that really believe in the song and are pushing it. And it's been a great result, and such a positive result. You know, like I'm really happy people are digging it. And it came out of so much anguish and angst about the times, about, like, you know, what's going on in the world. And that's it. It was the song is virtually metaphorical to, like, you know.
And that was all put together, and obviously before this was all a situation. So it just kind
of, yeah, people saw a couple friends of mine saw the still shots from the video shoot or whatever. It's like, you're not practicing social distancing, Ray. It was like, it's fucking September, okay? But no, yeah, we'd recorded the song near the end of the summer at Freak Shop uh, with just the group from Freak Shop. The duo that is the Freak Shop are just wonderful. And Dave Trina again worked his magic, and our drummer Tibbs had a lot to direction on that song. Like we, like bless those guys. Like they worked that song so much to get it to be what it is. And it's like I was like the first time I heard the first mix, I was kind of like almost in tears. I was like, fuck yeah. And we worked really hard on it. It was 2 vocal tracks. Had to go back, redo some stuff. I'm giving very vague details because I don't want to go into
Oh,
the
that's
full
cool.
story
That's
about
cool.
it.
I've got
But
some great comments coming
it'll just
through
make me
here.
question my prowess. And then we shot the video at the end of September up in near Joliet, Quebec. It's kind of north. It's a bit more countryside, and it's like an airplane hangar.
Right
And
on.
it was just really cool. And it was funny because we take still shots of like what we'd see like from our phone or our pictures or whatever, and then like you'd see what the director showing us. And Nico Sarki, notre réalisateur, our director Nico Sarki, did like just an amazing job on those, like on the video. It's just on everything, even our mini promo vids. He did a lot of the posts. My drummer did a lot of the editing on the posts as well. And then my bass player, I think, missed his calling and should be working for an advertising firm right now. So
Oh, really?
yeah, no, like this has been like, the college graduation year. Like it's been a lot. It's been a hell of a ride, and it's been a hell of a response. And I'm blown away and humbled and happy, and all things that can encompass like how I'm supposed to feel in a good way, especially considering everything that's out there. Or given by when we look out the window, not out there anymore. Um, like this has been like an amazing time. It's been really, really sad, and I have a lot of friends who are holed up alone.
Right on.
It's just been interesting to watch everybody else and everybody around us react to the song and everything like that. So like it's
Are
been
you
very
are you writing it all right now?
I am at the same time. I'm when it comes to my own time with like just sitting down with a guitar, I'll come up with some riffs or kind of go back to like what we'd started, uh writing here and there some different things. And by different things, I mean like there's some stuff that I know I can never bring into like a Vinyl Hero kind of situation. So I just stock it up for like something else that'll eventually flourish. But
Okay.
I'm always playing. I'm always fiddling around. I'm always grabbing an instrument. I'm always keeping my hands moving. I know that as far as all that material that we said we had ready for an EP, some of it still needs some lyrics or some adjustments. So I'm gonna get cracking on that. But right now, like we're just really in the vulture mode and what kind of happens after that. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm writing here and there, just putting stuff
Very awesome.
together.
Very awesome. I've got a couple of just I've just got a little love to share with you, so I'm going to do that quickly.
Yeah.
So in
Sorry. Go.
regards to no, in regards to Vulture, Angie just wants you to know that this video is kick ass and it helped her make dinner. Uh, she also wants you to know that you're an amazing and wonderful person. And yeah, man.
Well,
And Stephanie
Angie,
wants you to know that you're and
you are too.
there you go. Thanks, Angie.
It takes one to know one. How about that?
Nice. Great. So, all right. Is there anything? Where can we find more about Vinyl Hero? Before I let you go, I'm gonna play 30 seconds of your new video. Go check out the full version. It's super freaking dope.
Please. Look, as far as the song itself, if like you don't like, I mean, after an hour and 10 minutes of this, I get it. If you don't want to see it, cool. But if you're all major music platforms, Spotify, Google, uh, Apple Music,
Where
YouTube for the video, Facebook. As far as us, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us at vinylhero.com.
Nice.
And especially ask questions, post stuff, repost stuff. We're more than happy to listen to the audience as well as pertain to entertain them as well.
Awesome, man. Just a bit frozen there, so there you are.
Anywhere people can be found, that's where you can usually find us. You know, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I have a Twitter page. You can come find me there and yell at me there. It's cool. That's what everybody seems to be doing on Twitter.
Rockin'. I think are you still there, Ray?
I'm still there, buddy.
There we go. Okay, good. All right, I got you back. Is there anything you want to leave us with? We're gonna tune out now, and I'm gonna pop that video on.
You know what? I will say thank you so much to you, Benjamin, for having me. To everybody listening, thank you for listening. And to those of you I don't know listening, drop us a chat, ask anything. We're there. Welcome to the Matrix, according to Stefania. And ça va bien aller. It'll get better. Anyway, thank you so much, man. It was huge. I had a blast. Thank you.
Cool. Awesome, Ray. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys, everybody out there. Check out Vinyl Hero. Check out their new song, Vultures. I'm going to play a little bit of that right now. Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Take care, man.